What did you do? What did I do?
Yes.
In Ohio?
In Ohio. So, what they're doing one last progesterone test just to make, and it won't be $172 because it's in-house, just to make sure that her levels are exactly what they expect. Otherwise, they'll wait a day. And
Day 13.
what's that? No, it's when she hit 5 was the contest. And oh, by the way, for contest winners, we are looking at next Wednesday as the day for Jimmy to bring the pizza. There you go. Well, then maybe you'll. I was going to have 2 slices. Maybe I'll give you one of mine just because it's there.
Day, so it would have been day 13 then.
No, it's 12. Now,
Had 2 days.
whatchamacallit? So she's at the vet's right now. They do the progesterone test. Within an hour, they'll have the result, assuming it is what it is, and they believe it. She's textbook. It's going to work out perfect. Then she will. We will take care of the pregnancy like about a little less than an hour from now. Yes.
Yeah, you said you would do that.
Let's first. I don't want to over jinx things. It takes about 30 days to confirm that she's pregnant. So when pregnancy is confirmed, we'll do it. And then, assuming pregnancy is confirmed, at about day 55, I guess it is, or 50 or something like that, you can take an X-ray. And I will get a picture of the X-ray and put it up on the board, and then you can try to count them. Because it rarely works out that you can count exactly right based on the X-rays, because all the puppies are kind of like all jumbled up, and you don't know whose tail belongs with whose paws, who belongs with whose head, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this question says to find 3 consecutive. It says find 3 consecutive. Yikes. Find 3 consecutive odd integers. Now, the key to any word problem is to be, there's a lot of keys, but one of them is to be organized. To have everything structured in front of you that you could possibly need to get the question right. Now, in the case of the perimeter problems, we always started with a shape. So what we said was, let's draw the shape. In the case of a word problem that's about consecutive integers, we set up, instead of drawing a shape, because there is no shape, by just writing out the consecutive integers. So first consecutive odd integer. Second, and I don't know if you're old enough to know what those are, but they're called ditto marks. It means whatever's above it is exactly what's below it.
You gotta do 3.
And third, consecutive odd integer. Okay, now whenever we don't know what something is in algebra, we call it X, N, whatever you want, okay? Now, question is, how do you go from one odd number to the next odd number?
Add 2.
Add 2. You have to go up by 2s. So, just as a brief review, consecutive integers is x, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, blah, blah, blah. Consecutive odd and even are exactly the same. Now, everybody understands that consecutive evens are x, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. But some people want to do 1s, 3s, and 5s on the odds because, you know, x plus 1, they say the 1's an odd number. But the problem is if you take an odd number and you add another odd number, what kind of number do you get?
Even.
Get an even number. So just remember that odds and evens are the same for the purposes of this problem. Last, it says whose sum is 33. Now, you can write it out like we did yesterday. X plus 2 plus x plus 4. Or you could just look at it here and say that's 3x plus 6 is equal to 33. Yeah, that's my style. I'm definitely a showman. Die. 3x is 27. Divide by 3. X is 9. Are we done?
No.
No, because it said find 3 consecutive integers. And you know, I wasn't careful to cross this stuff out as I went along. 9, 11, 13. Okay? Any questions? All right. Now, I would like you to go on to the next question. And I would also really like you to work with people around you. I like to give and take the discussion that I hear. So go ahead, get started.
With what?
We're doing the next question, number 2. A little careful here. It says the sum of twice the first.
Oh.
In the second.
Yeah, 2 and the first.
Okay. What is that, and how would you do the x and 2x?
Well, yeah, I would say, you know, first, second, third would be x plus 1, x plus 2. Or is it 2 numbers? Okay, so x plus 1. And then twice the first, since the first is x, twice the first is 2x. Plus the second. Okay?
X plus x.
Just keep looking at the words in the problem. Use a piece of it to your advantage. Put it down. Draw a line. There's twice the first. Allie, are you intending to leave your blankie here?
Are they giving me the second?
Because if you wish, you can like use one of the cabinets and just put it in.
Oh, you need two consecutive integers. Then why did it say the first and the second?
But you have to take it home at the end of the year. I got the one over there. She only recorded it just like you and she left it.
Sassy. Twice. I got 10. I don't know what I did. I didn't get what you said.
I did 2x plus x plus 1, so
But that one, three.
yeah, it would be 3x plus 1 equals 31.
No, it has to be twice.
Yeah, twice x. 2 times x is 2x. No, it isn't. It's x squared.
Can you put them into fractions?
Shouldn't be a fraction, it says integer.
Oh, I did that wrong. That's why. Okay.
10 and 11.
Can you set it up for us?
Please don't. I don't know what it is. Don't ask.
Don't worry. It's fine.
Sounds good.
Would it be 10?
Oh, it's pointed.
11 and 20. 10 and 20.
I got 10 and 11. I don't know.
9 and 18. That's 9 and 18.
I didn't get it right.
For a second.
Okay, take a look. Ladies, we all with me here? Now, all I did was pick the part of the problem I could work with. It was the part that said 2 consecutive integers. So that means, in my setup, first consecutive integer, second consecutive integer. Since it's consecutive, it's x plus 1. Now, such that the sum, that means add, of twice the first. Well, what's the first one? How do I do twice the first one? 2x. And the second, what's the second one?
1. What?
What's the second one?
Was I right? 1? I don't know.
What? It says it
plus
right
1.
there. X plus 1. That's why you do the setup. Okay? So now I did the sum of twice the first and the second. What didn't I use yet? Is 31. So what do I do with that?
Equals 31.
Equals 31.
I didn't even
Same side, same operation.
questioning you. Just didn't know what to do.
See, it's right
Die.
Equals
3x is 30.
They did the same thing, so I don't know why.
X is 10. And then I come over here and I do
I did
10
20.
and 11. No, 20 is 2 times the first.
Yeah.
But it only wants the 2 consecutive
It says
integers.
31.
They are 10 and 11.
But that says
Okay.
31.
Yeah. That's 21.
I did put 31.
Listen.
Yeah, but that adds up to 20.
But it says such that the sum of twice the first. So what's the first? 10. Now what's twice the first? 20 plus 11, 31. Okay?
Yeah,
Make sense? Okay. So now let's play a little emerald here. BAM! Kick it up a notch.
It makes me jump when I watch the videos.
This one's so hard.
Have some fun. Talk to each other.
But it doesn't even say what you have to sum up to.
Okay.
The sum of 3 times the first increased by the second is 7 more than the third.
Yeah. I don't think.
Come on, White Sox, play. Talk to Font. Isn't it wonderful when you go to class and you call White Sox and Font?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows who you are. Yes.
Where you like you edit all your videos, so like whenever you say
If I have the time, I'll do that. I'm actually thinking of keeping these videos for next year, so I don't change anything. And then, I can do that. I won't have to record and post them, I go and just edit them.
increase to show
They have possibilities.
Yeah, what is this, like a teletype? That's how I used to do teletype, 2 things and punch it down.
All right, keep going. Oh, don't be a wimp. Come on, you're better than that. Yeah, I know you'd rather be a wimp. No, no wimp, no wimps allowed.
I guess I gotta leave.
No, you don't have to leave. You gotta man up. Is this it? I don't know what to do?
Yeah.
Your face looks very sad.
Okay, that's
Because I got a whole classroom full of people like you. I gotta get them all. Ahem. It definitely looks highly possible. The only thing I would like to see is that setup. First, second, third. Okay, hold it. Ahem. So let's see por favor. Listen, first off, I need to chastise people I like very much. You never quit.
I shall never.
We never quit. We are not quitters. We fight, fight, fight. We don't quit and say, do it for me. People vote for Obama do that. Okay?
But he doesn't do anything.
No, he does bad things. Anyway, on the serious side, here's the deal. This is what I want you to understand. Did you set it up on your page? Did you write first consecutive integer, second consecutive integer, third? Good. And it's odd, so did you do x plus 2, x plus 4?
Correct.
Good. Now, after you do that, on your paper, did you cross this out?
No.
Very important that you cross it out. Because when you sit there and have the utter feeling of helplessness, when you think there's nothing you can do, I want you to read what it says next. Such that the sum, so I'm going to do what? Add. 3 times the first. Now look on your paper and see where it says the first.
X.
X. So put 3 times x. What is that? Oh, I need to sit down. That was so hard. My phone's going on?
Is it your
Oh,
wife?
sorry. It could be.
What if it was evil?
Hold on. That was so hard. 3x. Okay. Plus the increased or whatever by the second.
Plus X plus 2.
Hey! Lights flash, bells ring. Add the second. Is what? 7 more than a third. What's the third one?
X plus 4.
Put it down.
Plus 7.
Plus 7. Not times 7. Does that say times 7?
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, plus.
This one.
Because you
Yeah,
wrote
last
multiply.
year.
Now,
I don't know.
solve it. And while you're doing that, I'll put it up on the board so you can confirm.
Oh, that went wrong.
Wait, what did you say?
I get what he said.
Oh, wait, no, it says right there. Okay.
Wait! Wait!
I didn't get like an equal.
Wait, what is it equals? What does it equal?
It says is, what do you think is means?
Oh.
Is 7 more than
Oh, wait, so it equals what?
It equals 7 more than the third.
Okay, I got an uneven number.
Oh, I did do it right.
Was you that? So,
I don't know why I erased it.
So why do we add 7?
Never mind now.
so it equals.
I didn't
So it
get
equals
an
11?
even numbers. And we...
This is how you do it.
Wait,
What do you mean?
Mr. Lindsay.
Oh, you
Oh!
That's what I first
You could have
had.
told me
And then
that.
I erased
I
I
was
did
adding,
that.
I wasn't equaling
But I
two.
didn't get the right number.
Gosh.
Question?
Okay.
You're adding 7 to the third one, but this is.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gosh. You be so confused. Oh.
Let's see.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Thank you.
So it's
Oh, that's why.
don't spoil for anyone.
I already know. Do it right. X equals 3, right? That's what I got. You're the correct Yeah. I did it right. Yay.
3.
Oh, I was right. Diggity.
Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, tell me what makes not sense.
Everything
That.
X plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay, are you cool with 3 times the first? Right here, such that the sum of 3 times the first. Where's the, oh, I forgot to put x. X plus 2, x plus 4. What's the first one? So how would I write 3 times x? And then it says it's increased by the second. What's the second? So there's my add for increase, x plus 2. Then it says a really important word that apparently the whole class struggled with. Is, all right? Is equals. And then it says 7 more than the third. So here's the third. There's the third, 7 more than it. And now, once you write this, you just run with it. Make sense? You're good enough to get that. Folks, is there anything else I can do to help you with these questions? Hey, tell me, excuse me, hold on a second. How do we set up consecutive integer? X,
X plus 1.
X plus 1, X plus 2. How do we set up consecutive odd or even?
X plus 2, X plus
2, X plus 4. Good. I'm forgetting what the other thing I thought it was. But all right, we're cool as far as all of that goes. Do a great job on tonight's homework. New series of quizzes starts tomorrow, and it's going to be word problems.
Mr. Lindquist,
Yes,
I'm not going to be here on Thursday.
neither am I.
What? Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, Thursday. I thought you meant next week's
No,
Thursday.
next week.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be here either.
Not Thursday. Not Thursday. I'm not going to be here.
She has some serious
Friday?
blonde moments.
I'm not going to be here Friday.
Neither am I,
Why?
because
Are we
we're
off
off
the
next
video?
Thursday and Friday.
Goodness gracious, Alright, so I'm not going to be here December 1st because I'm going to see the game. And the 2nd, I'm going back to 3rd.
Going on a cruise.
Look at Alex.
Oh, wait, so you're going to miss from Thanksgiving all the way through December 2nd?
Yeah.
Why did you just say that? Well, can I tell you something? I would be very scared for most students, but of all the students in all of my classes that I know, you will be on that website and you will watch the videos and you will be okay.
One of the crazy things, they're gonna charge us
For Wi-Fi?
hundreds of dollars for Wi-Fi.
Really?
Awful.
Wow.
And I'm going with my brother, we're saying the same weird cabin thing. So he's like, yeah, we'll get Wi-Fi, and then my mom's like, yeah, you want to spend $100 for 2 hours on Wi-Fi?
They rip you off, boy.
And they turn on the Wi-Fi for a couple hours, and then they just shut it off. And you have to pay for that.
Well, the reason is because when you're out at sea, it's not like you have a cable connection. You know what I mean? So they got to pay for satellite usage.
World's longest cable connection.
All right, let me see if my wife just left a message.
Wouldn't you know,
Hold it.
you have her name?
Hold it.
Yeah, how would you know?
I will invent it. I promise.
Mama, I called my mom the other day and she said it showed up as Brentwood, for school.
And you know how much
Hello?
Hey, what's up, love?
Oh, the doctor left her.
Vocational?
Okay, thanks. I'm going to put you to a woman named Mary. Hold on
Okay.
just a second. Zita, stay. Mary? I got my husband on the phone now. Yeah, how many number stores do we use?
Well, they were supposed to read them and get a feel of what the count was.
He was told they were going to read, I guess, with one store and see what the count is and then go from there.
The count and the motility. When I spoke to the doc, he said that he would look at the sample and see if he thought it was a really good sample.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, that the doctor had said. Yeah, the semen's frozen here. It's somebody else's, right,
Well,
Bob?
we
Or
own.
is it considered-
Oh,
Hold on, let's just,
give him.
hey, speak to him.
Okay.
Hi. Who does the semen belong to?
It belongs to me, but it's from another male that's in
Okay,
Serbia.
it's shipped for you,
Right.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. What's the dog's call name?
Bakaj. It's Orthodox Convent Bakaj. It's from Serbia.
I don't think they put it down. Let me see if it's in storage at Brooklyn. Did he sign a release form? Yes, he did. Sure. Yep, it's my husband. Okay.
Okay, Mary.
Yeah.
The impression I got in speaking to the vet the other day was that they would test and see the viability of the sample and how good it was. And if it was poor, they would probably use all 5 straws right away. But if it was good, they'd probably use about half, 2 or 3. And then we're looking at possibly repeating the procedure tomorrow based on the doctor's impression of what the success should be. If he's like, no, this is a slam dunk case of this should work really well, we'd probably save the straws. But if he says, you know, you're probably better off using them, then we would use like 2 or 3 today and 2 or 3 tomorrow, based on whatever the doctor recommended.
Okay, so out of the 5 straws, if he recommends 2 breedings, stay in tomorrow, that's what you want to do. If he wants to use it all at once, depending on how good the semen is, then use them all at once.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever the doc says he thinks is going to work best. The name of the breed of the dog is the Central Asian Shepherd. Oh, the transcervical. Yeah, he's getting the transcervical where you just inject, because there's no history anywhere in the pedigree of any problem conceiving. In fact, she's one of 11. All right, sounds good.
Okay, keep your phone on you.
Yeah, I will. I have my meeting in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hey, Bob, here's the Bob, don't hang up.
Okay.
That I know. Okay. Depending on how good it is, we're gonna do a GPI, one small, one today. Or split it. Between. Okay, got it.
Right.
Okay, so what we'll do, Bob, is I'll probably thaw 3 straws today.
Right.
We'll do an evaluation on that, see what kind of numbers we have in, motility, morphology, and total numbers. Based on that, decide if I need to thaw the other 2 today, or if we can save them for tomorrow. What makes sense based on the evaluation.
Exactly, and this is where, in all honesty, Doc, you know so much more about it than I do that we're gonna go with what you say to do here.
Oh, okay. I do know a lot about it. But sometimes people have information that it wasn't backed in or sent in or something like that. So I just wanted to see if you knew something that.
Well, here's the one thing that I know that might impact you, and you're gonna get this out of your reading anyway when you look at it under the microscope, but the lady who sent it to us she's a wonderful lady, and it cost me 850 euros. Listen, it cost 850 euros to ship it, and she had them draw more than would normally be drawn. And she said to me in the beginning that they had the semen tested and it was outstanding. And then she said, well, they kind of said it wasn't that great, so that they could put 5 straws in there, hoping that we could actually get 2 breedings out of the 5 straws, 2 separate year breedings.
Okay.
So if you look at it and say, man, this is dynamite stuff, which I guess you're capable of doing, and you say, hey, 1 breeding and this is as perfect as it could be, you're better off saving the 2 because you're not going to get any benefit out of it, we would do that. And if you say, you know, it's good, but let's be cautious here and do the best we can now, then we'll do that too.
Okay. If the semen is phenomenal, are you wanting to save the other 2 straws for another breeding, or still use it tomorrow as a backup?
This would be your decision. If you say it can't really get much out of using those 2, you're being wiser to save it, then we would save it. But if you said, look, it could get you a couple extra puppies and let's do it now, then we would do that.
Okay, got it. Well, we'll decide when we saw it, in about an hour. We'll see what our numbers are today. I expect to do it today. We'll have a number here in a little bit.
Excellent. You know, Doc, I really appreciate it. We're rookies at this, and I appreciate your patience and all that you're doing for us.
Oh, sounds good. She's a very pretty girl. I was telling your wife. I was telling your wife, we see dogs and red breeds all over everywhere, but I've not seen red breeds before. Yeah.
Right.
So it's fun for us to see the red breeds too.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. And she's a heck of a girl. She really is.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, Bob, talk to you later.
All right, love. See you later. Bye-bye.
Good morning, South Ocean Middle School. Today is Wednesday, November 18th. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Congratulations to our newest art student of the month, Kirsten Fabrizio. Her beautiful artwork is on display in the lobby. Take a look when you get a chance. Great work, Kirsten. Happy birthday, James Forrester. It's your special day. Enjoy. Thankful Grams can be purchased through tomorrow and will be delivered on November 24th. All proceeds will go towards meals for the needy during the holidays. Art Club will meet today after school. A signed Art Club permission slip is required. See Mrs. Albert Casera if you have any questions. That's it for our announcements. We had several students caught in our sweep at the beginning of 7th period. We must do better. Please arrive to class on time each period. Have a great day.
following students please come to guidance? Jada Kraft, Manuel Cardenas, Jamie Becerras, and Destiny Carlos. The following students to guidance: Jada Kraft, Manuel Cardenas, Jamie Becerras, and Destiny Carlos.
Jerry Quicimbo, please come to the main office. Jerry Quicimbo.
All right, let's rock.
Jacob Day. Look at that one around. It's about to fall. We're
So you're one of those.
Okay, who needs a quiz? First row, who needs a quiz? Come on, heads up. Oh, we're good? Who needs a quiz if you didn't get 100 yet?
Everyone but them.
How many people need a quiz? Okay. How many people here need a quiz? How many people here need a quiz? Evelyn, you need a quiz? Here, need a quiz. Okay, get started. Bring it on up when you're done. When someone's done checking homework, they can, or I should say with their quiz, they can check the homework.
I got it.
Cool.
Why does period 8 have 2 checks already? We only have 1.
Oh, they didn't have a test Friday. So on Monday they got checked. We're still working on it? Okay. Don't only get your do it done. In addition to getting the do it done, get the first question in today's lesson done. There are 3 questions, so. Yes.
Good drink.
Yep. God bless. All right, any other quizzes out? Okay, call you up, give them back to you. Now, for today's do it, or in quizzes, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to work together, to go over any quiz questions and the do-its with people sitting around you. If you have any question about how to do them, let me know. But all of those questions, we have already done in class the last few days. So you should be good enough to talk to each other about them and figure out if you're right or wrong. If you have any lingering questions, you can bring them to me. But I really want you to take control of yourself and what you're doing right now, okay? Paula. Catalina. Cameron. David. Kayla. Reno. Reno, you really need to talk to somebody about how to get number 1 right. Chris Castillo. Kelly. Peter. Alex. Hey, math, let's go.
Mr. Lindquist, I have a question. Should I do this one right?
I'm gonna do it on the board in a minute.
If it's the, do we round it up or do we?
If for some reason it doesn't work out perfectly, I would double check your work. And then assuming that it still doesn't work out perfectly, I would put it in as a fraction and put all fractions. No fraction phobias. Was the do it easy for you? Okay, take fast. Tully, speaking about jokes, Tully, I'm a little concerned about the nature of the conversation going on over there. Know what I mean? We should be working on that do it. We should be working on the stuff. And guys, right now, like I wrote you a note, Kelly, on your paper.
Yeah.
You should be talking to somebody around you. What is Lindquist talking about? Why is he writing this? So that you figure it out and understand it.
Do we just leave it at 125?
Okay. What was that?
We just leave it at 125.
Actually, 125 over 64.
Oh, you do it too.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Everything in that parenthesis has to be cute.
okay. David! Anything to the 0 power is 1, right?
What's that?
Anything to 0 power is 1? How do you solve these? Like,
Perfect. Same side situation. Since they're on the same side, you do that.
These? Wait, what?
The same operation.
Oh, so wait.
2W, 3W, 5W, 6W. What's a -9 and -9?
Oh.
-18. So 6W minus 18 equals 72.
Oh, okay.
What's the matter? Are you getting so many good grades lately that your like head is in the clouds and you can't concentrate? Is that how that's working? Did you ever think in your wildest dreams you would be doing this well? It's all about the way you go about your business. You do the same thing. Class is more important, but you do the same thing in softball, and you go to some clinics where they teach certain catching skills and stuff. And one day maybe you go to college for free, or at least give you a big part of it.
What are you gonna do about that pudding?
What's up?
What are you gonna do about that pudding? Because I know you're gonna give one to me.
Give it away.
Like right now, to me.
No, like on the next quiz, if you get 100 on the first one, just request the pudding instead. You can have it. Okay, final thoughts? You are prone to stupid mistakes when multiplying, is that what it is? That's a human flaw. I don't worry about that. I do worry if we know the rules for adding when the signs are different. But what I mean? Nelly, I've made up my mind about you.
I know, it's okay, you can keep it to yourself.
Oh, no, I'm gonna say it out loud. Now, in the beginning of the year, you weren't doing so hot, remember? Okay. And I didn't know if you had the brain power to stay here. I have decided you do. What we have to do is get you to continue, you're already getting better. We have to get you to continue to be a harder worker, more focused. When that happens, you're in. All about the way you go about your business. Isn't that what I preach in softball all the time? It's all how you go about your business, the way you practice, the way you do your stuff. Anybody who said practice makes perfect is a liar. How do we finish that, Kat? Nice to know she was paying. Perfect practice makes perfect. Absolutely. Perfect practice makes perfect. Listen, perfect practice makes perfect. If you go to singing lessons and you practice like crap, how are you going to sing the anthem?
Like crap.
Absolutely, right? Just because you're doing the work doesn't mean you're doing it well. Do it right, have a way to go about your business, it'll all work out. Or as one very great baseball announcer used to say on TV, luck is the residue of design. What that means is when you work hard and you pay your dues and you constantly prepare, you tend to get lucky in a good way. And if you're lazy and a dog and you don't work hard, you tend to get lucky in a bad way.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. A lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom. Practice makes permanent?
Yeah.
There's wisdom to that.
Because, like, if you practice the same thing a bunch of times, that's what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's an automatic reaction. You want to hear something really scary?
No.
Terrifying?
Spooky. Don't.
This is terrifying. This is terrifying, but this is the truth.
Student loans.
You know what? I don't want Trump to be president, but there are certain good things that I could see that could come of it. At this point, I would vote against him. I would vote for him above Hillary Clinton, though. Because Hillary Clinton to me is evil.
She's just a
So,
shell.
she's unbelievable. She's the only people in the world I've ever known who could lie like her are Obama and Bill Clinton. Now, so anyway, so if it comes down to that, I would vote for Trump. But you know, I wear a Ben Carson hat, and I like Ben Carson a lot. I think I like Marco Rubio, but I'm not sold. I like Ted Cruz some. So there are a number of people I like, but I do not like Hillary Clinton, and I don't like Donald Trump, but I do respect his ability to run a business, so I think he could run a country. Anyway, what was I going to mention before that? Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Hold it, what was it that is, oh, here we go, you ready? No, this is really important. When I first had children, way back when,
and they were little, they would ask me questions, and I would give them the same answers my parents gave me. It was like automatic. It's like somewhere indwelled in your inner conscience. Talk about being permanent. Well, my question might, like when I was a kid growing up, every time I would ask my parents a question, before I could complete the question, they would say no. I don't know if your parents do that to you.
Yes.
I would be like, Mom and Dad, can I? No. But I want to, no. Automatic. So when my kids would start asking me questions, I wanted to say no right in the middle of their sentence. It was like this automatic thing that rises up in you, and you want to upchuck it out. You know, when I was a kid and I'd get wise to my dad, he'd look at me and go, yo, how old are you, boy? 9. You want to live to see 10? Or, yo, I took you into this world. I'll take you out. That was another one. Or I'd sit there and say, this is the worst house in the world. I'm going to run away. And he'd turn around and say something like, fine, you want to run away? You leave here exactly the way you came in, naked and all. So those lines, when my sons would do things, I wanted to regurgitate them exactly the way he said them to me, yet I despised those lines when I was young. So fortunately, I was able to recognize in myself that these things were happening, and I stopped it. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, why is this frozen here? There we go. There we go. It's unfrozen now. Speaking of frozen. No, I'm very happy. My Ziva is hopefully getting pregnant right now.
What day is it?
Well, it was the day the number hit 5. It wasn't the day that it would be pregnant. And I talked to Jimmy about the pizza. Number was 12.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to Jimmy about the pizza. It looks like the day before Thanksgiving, he's going to be bringing pizza to lunch.
Wait, it's 12? It was day 12?
I believe there's a total of 7 kids who got it right. So at this point, I'm looking at ordering 2 pies.
I know I
Well, find it.
I should
Okay.
have 12. That's my number.
I know, that's why I'm talking
Okay.
about
Atención, por favor. We're not there yet, guys. Thank you. All right, so the first question of the word problems that we have in class today, I said just do it as part of your do it. So I want to go over this particular question right now. It says find 3 consecutive odd integers whose sum is 33. So we've talked a lot about the idea of a setup. Now I can tell you your next quiz is going to be one word problem about perimeter. And the perimeter has in it a shape. So if you're doing a problem about perimeter and it tells you about a rectangle or a pentagon or a triangle or whatever, you draw that figure on the paper and then you start filling information in. But clearly this doesn't have a shape. So the way we set up a word problem that doesn't have shapes is something like this. First consecutive odd integer. Second, now these are called ditto marks. I don't know if you know that or not, but it means whatever it says right above it. Okay. Third consecutive odd integers. And what are we always going to let the first one be? X or N, doesn't make a difference. Now, here's where we get into the make or break moment. How do I get the next odd integer?
X or just add +2?
Right, you got to add 2, x plus 2. See, what's your favorite odd integer? Alex? This isn't a big decision.
6.
6 is even, Alex.
Oh my God.
5.
5. Oh, look at that. My thing was still recording.